to be quite selective with the sheets that we're using, because this is the finished face of the kitchen. When we first got this Meranti plywood, it had imperfections all over it. It had holes that were filled with bog, so like pink filler. Not good when it comes to something that you're going to oil and that's going to be the face of the kitchen. So we called up Plytech and they were very good about it. They sent down the next 8 sheets free of charge and took back the other ones. And these ones, although way better, they still have some bog patches. That's one spot over this whole sheet. So compared to what we had before, that is a big improvement. It's just something that we have to consider when we choose our sheets.
Besides the bogging and that, we also noticed that the way it cuts with the chip out.
Yeah.
It's not an easy material to work with.
But yeah, it can be an issue. So if you need to cut holes, like say you're doing those drawer fronts that have like a hole for a handle,
Sure.
This might not be the plywood for you.
But it is for us.
Yeah, so that one's about the worst one so far. But it's all about picking the correct plywood for the correct area and doing it in a way where we can cut things like this out. Okay, I just had my second coffee, so we're ready for the exciting part, which is cutting while also maintaining the grain. Alright, we're starting off with this one. What? 350. Yep. Now we're doing the middle one. 223. And now the last one. 200. Easy as that, eh?
Et voilà. I got an answer machine so I can talk to you.
Hey, how you doing? So this is going on here, and see this system? Well, now we've got to connect to it. So it's mostly drawer fronts and the occasional door, and the way we attach the timber drawer fronts to those Nova Pro Scala drawer sides is via this little bracket. Now this bracket isn't as complicated as it looks. Let me show you how we're going to do it. It's pretty important that the holes for the screws for the brackets go in the correct place, and that's why I've made these little jigs here. And there's 3 of them. So there's 3 different faces. You know, we've got the big drawer at the bottom, middle size in the middle, and the small one at the top. So that changes the position of each of these brackets. And the way it's mounted is this plastic thing goes into the timber, and then that gives an anchor point for each screw. It's not just a screw going into the timber, because you'd probably pull that screw out over time. So I've created this little fence here for this old school drill press that my friend Ben gave me. Thank you, Ben. Just got to set the depth and we can start drilling. start with that bottom one, shall we? That little round plastic thing that we put on keeps the sides from moving side to side. Alright, see, it's as easy as that. Woo! Oh, come on. Honestly, this is without any adjustments. Look at that grain. Oh, this is great. Now there are screws inside that you can make minor adjustments with. The bottom one was a little tricky because there's all those things to line up. But these two clipped in nice. I've got to do all the other jaw fronts and then we'll adjust them. I have foolishly left these bits of timber in front of the window and they've changed colour, but only on the part that was exposed. So just from sitting in that window, which only gets sort of second-hand light, and really at the very end of the day it'll get western light as the sun sets, and that's enough to change the colour of the timber. Alright, I've got to carry on putting the brackets on. There's not much more I can do. Hey Raymond, out of these three samples, what's your instinct? Which one do you like the most?
As your bench job?
Yeah.
Bench job, yeah. So you would get this in a 20 mil? Or
yeah.
This is it?
That would be 20 mil.
Yeah, okay. I think I like the matte better than the shiny one. Yeah, between these two, I think I like it. Yeah.
Interesting. So we're leaning towards the one you excluded outright, this one. We were told that the problem with matte benches is that they are susceptible to stains.
I always find it tricky to decide on a small sample like this, because there's no guarantee that the sheet will look anything close to this.
Do you want to be the positioner?
You want to just poke your head?
Yeah.
You're a bit more flexible.
Yeah,
Good.
keep going. Yeah, that worked.
Okay.
A lot of people questioned my decision to get this fridge and how skinny it is, how small it is. Well, part of the reason I got this fridge is because Ray has it.
And we're not in America. We don't need a big fridge.
No, and I mean, it's just Jess and I in this house, and I understand like you want to kind of future-proof yourself and make sure the opening's big enough, but bench space is so important to us, and we sacrifice fridge space for bench space. This fridge is still way bigger than the fridge we currently have. The fridge we currently have is in there, and it was for an apartment. The fridge part of it is fine, like it's big enough, but the freezer part of it is the thing that really gets to us. It's really annoying. So this is at least twice the size of freezer to what we currently use. So it's an upgrade, from our perspective. Because yeah, you have the same fridge, right?
Yeah. If you eat a lot of fresh,
Yeah.
then there's not too much that you store in your fridge, right?
Exactly.
Quite often there's these pots sitting around for a year and then you
could like lose track of them. And, yeah. And we plan to filter all of our water, so having a water filter on the door is not necessary for us either. And also this has less depth, so we were able to get a cleaner cabinet look that lines up with the doors, which I'll show you when we've got this all done. But that was our thought process behind the smaller fridge.
It's like a coffin this way. Hey Grandpa.
Now there may be another reason that I bought this fridge. Allow me to show you it. Voila! So this is a piece of sheet metal and it's got magnets around the perimeter there. Just go like that. And you got a whole new look.
Exactly. What's the first thing that always damages on a fridge?
The front, right?
The front, yeah, you get dents, you get scratches, and now you just put a few new panels on there and
if you don't like the look of it, you respray it.
you just got the transformer of fridges here.
And now we're opening the correct way, because you do all your work over there, so you can open up, grab all your stuff. This isn't an ad for this Bosch fridge, by the way. I paid for this. And you probably can't even buy it anymore, because they're discontinuing it. But that's why I got that fridge.
Someone should continue with this skin idea.
That's great, right?
That's great.
Okay, we've got a couple more doors to put on, and then a lot of the fronts. Man, it's looking like a kitchen. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Now the thing that makes this extra cool, obviously it's the van, but the thing that makes it extra cool is that it's a hinge template jig. There it is there. Huh? It's your position, now we just got to do the same on the door. So when it comes to the door, you still need to measure, because cabinets are different, right? People use different thickness ply, etc. So we worked out that it was about 100 mil from the bottom. So once you've figured out your centers, then you drill in the other two holes that are here. Oh, we were. Trying not to go out the other side. One more. Okay. Thank you, Raymond.
Yeah.
You enjoying building a kitchen from scratch?
What a messy day.
Yeah, it was a funny day. Yeah, we just had to figure stuff out.
It always feels like one day you don't get enough work in.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but then this kind of work helps you get the other work done.
It does.
So like yesterday, I had a really good perception day because all the fronts went on, you know, and that looks like I did a lot, but really it was all the other boring work that I did before that made it look like I did it.
Yeah, true.
Did heaps.
And I think the way that you're doing it now, like build a kitchen over weeks, you don't have a rhythm.
No.
So all those measurements, like the cabinet height and the door height, for me it just feels like you always need to repeat it every week.
Yeah, you need to remind yourself,
yeah,
what the measurements
this is what's
were.
happening, this is what's happening.
Yeah, and because there's no hiding your errors, you have to double check.
Yeah, well, as long as we don't tell the client, should be okay.
Thank you, Raymond. So yeah, shout out to Tim at the Offcut, my friend Tim, for making this little jig. It's so fantastic. Tim is a fellow Kiwi who has a YouTube channel and he builds furniture. And he's one of the people that gave me advice for building this kitchen. And he also made and sent me this. So great. I don't think he sells them or anything. Maybe you can correct me on that, Tim. But it's very cool. Come on! Beautiful! Alright, it still needs some tweaking, but look at that grain! Oh my god! That looks good next to this fridge, right? And this is what I meant about the depth. I sacrificed the door coming out so you can get your hand in there like that. And then I dropped that back rather than keeping it flush. And that allowed for this line to be correct with the architrave. So you got a full architrave and the cabinets finishing nicely into the side of it. Obviously I got to oil all this so it'll get a bit darker, more like the inside here. So I went a bit overboard with my hinges and I put 4 in each door. I'm hoping the door doesn't warp. It's plywood, it's hard to avoid. But also they open right up. See that? So you can really get into all your food and stuff. But the other reason I beefed up the hinges is because I'm going to add some weight to the door. I'm going to put a shelf that holds sauces and jars and things on there. And maybe I'll add some magnets here to help keep the door stable. How's that soft close? Nice. What do you think of the doors?
I love them. I love it so much. You have done such an amazing job.
Yeah.
Seriously. It smells great too.
Yeah.
No, which is weird. Is it the Osmo oil? Is it technically
No,
toxic?
because I haven't really put that on the on the plywood yet.
Oh, okay, it's
just the wood.
No, you've done such an amazing job. So this is the nicest kitchen I've ever had. I've had some real shitters in the past, to be fair. A pull-out bin. This is what I associate with adults. Adults have bins like this. Rather than, oh gosh, that's reflective. Rather than just like the big, ratty, rusty, smelly thing on the floor with the broken pedal that we've had for 7 years?
About that. Should we just build a new kitchen?
What's the bottom one? Is that for compost?
Well, that'll be recycling.
What about compost?
That'll be under here.
Oh, okay.
I have to build that.
Well, will we have enough for 2? Because I'd like to start a bokashi system.
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting. Honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm blowing too much smoke up your ass, but yeah, you've done an amazing job.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, really. It's so cool.